Good day, my beloved ones. How are you doing? I hope everything is okay. I'm your brother, your friend that you know. I'm here again to talk to us. Hallelujah. Today we are going to be looking at husbands and wife. Husbands and wife. I want you to pay the careful attention to this. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and press the notification bell that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first to get it. Share as well. As I said earlier, today we are going to be looking at husbands and wife. In this episode 1, we are going to be looking at the husbands first. In our episode 2, we'll be looking at the wives. Today we want to be looking at the husbands, as I said. There is a common saying, who is a husband? Who is a husband? As we all know, husbands are the head of any family, of the home. Husbands are men that God has placed, mandated to take care of the family. Husbands is not a kind of a voluntary position. Husband is not a position that you vote yourself into. It's a position that God ordained, that the man will become an husband and it will be the head of every home, of every family. So it is a God-mandated position. No one should contest that. Now, having known who husband is, there are many qualities of a husband. There are many duties of a husband. Duties of a husband, will be looking at the duties of a husband, and also will be looking at the qualities of a good husband. Duties of a good husband and qualities of a good husband. Now, a good husband, having been the head of a home, of a family, there are duties husbands need to, that they must, whether sweet or rough, that they must carry out as the head of the home. In the book of 1 Peter and Galatians chapter 5 verse 25, it simply said to us that husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. Husbands, love your wife is a command. That simple statement from God is a command. Husbands, love your wife. If your wife is misbehaving, if your wife's character is not working the way you want it, is a command for God. Husbands, love your wife. Do your best to make sure you bring her to the way you want it, because there is not a perfect woman. Husbands, love your wife is a command from God, not your choice. Is a command from God, I repeat, not your choice as a husband. If you are a husband, you must love your wife, whether she is black or yellow, of whatever color she may be, tall, fat, anyhow she may look like. The Bible have declared it. Husband, is your duty to love your wife. Husband, is your duty to love your wife, because it's a command from God. As God has made the man the head of the house, the head of every home and family, that is a command. No woman contests that. It's a command. God placed it there. Man, you will be the head of the home, of the house of the family. The same way God made the man to love their wives, because it is a command. Love your wife. If your wife has been good, come to a certain level, she changed her behavior, you have no choice than to love her. Are we following? You have no choice than to love her, because it is something that has been mandated. It has been written. It has been written. Husbands, love your wife. That is one of the duty of a good husband. A good husband must love the wife. What is the number 2 duty of a good husband? Number 2 duty of a good husband. The number 2 duty of a good husband is to what? To honor, to give the wife honor, to honor his wife. To honor his wife. In 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7. 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 7. He said, honor husbands, honor your wife. Why must you honor your wife? Because they are weaker vessels. Honor your wife. In this planet Earth that we are living, husbands are taking advantage of so many women, so many wives in life. If you can claim the position of the head of the family, no one contests that with you. Your wife can't contest that with you. Also know and stand in your duty to love your wife, to honor her just like who she is. To honor her, to respect her, honor her like the way she is. Love your wife. Honor your wife. That's number 2 duty. Number 1 duty is love your wife. Number 2 duty is honor your wife. Even when she made mistake, speak to her, correct her in love, not in vain words. Honor her. I'm still dealing with the husbands. There are many things we need to look at in the area of the husbands. Now, some husbands will say, some men will say, husbands will say, remember, it is not all men that are husbands. There are still some husbands that are boys. Remember that. Husbands will say, why will I love my wife and honor her? Why will I love my wife and honor her? As wicked as this wife, as wicked as my wife, as disrespectful as my wife, why will I honor her and I love her? Number 1 reason why you must honor her and love her is this. Number 1 reason is so that your prayers will not be hindered. So that the cry of your heart, so that your heart desire will not be hindered. Remember, there's a simple saying, I'm talking to the husband, there's a simple saying that says, behind any successful man, there is a woman. Behind any successful man, there is a woman. If you want your life to go colorful, love your wife, honor her, because it will make your prayers to be honored by God. For your prayers not to be hindered, husbands, you must love your wife and honor her. Correct her in love. Number 2 reasons why you must love your wife is this. Because wives are weaker vessels. You can't just expect the way your wife to do things the way you want it always. Because they are weaker vessels. Most wives, women, they do things before they think. That is why you are there as a husband to her, to correct her, to nurture her, to direct her in the right way to go. Honor her, respect her, love her. If you want your prayers to be quickly pay attention to, love your wife. Honor her because they are weaker vessels. Now we want to proceed. We want to move further. We want to go to what are the qualities of a good husband? The quality of a good husband. We'll be looking at the qualities of a good husband. One of the qualities of a good husband is passionate. A good husband is passionate. A good husband is passionate. Have the passion. Be passionate about everything you want to do. When you speak, let it be done. Be serious. A good husband must show seriousness. A good husband must show seriousness in everything he does. That will make the woman, your wife, to begin to honor you the way you want it. Must be passionate. Whenever you set to do anything, set your mind on it. Be passionate about it until you get it done. Don't give up. Now, number 2, qualities of a good husband. Trustworthy. Trustworthy. A good husband must be trustworthy. A good husband must do everything possible for the wife and the children to see trust in him. Must be trustworthy. Whenever anything is being committed into your hands, stand in the area of trust. Let your wife trust you. When you go out in the morning, you go to work, you return. Let your wife trust you. Do everything possible for your wives to trust you. Good husbands. It will do everything possible for the wife to trust, to have the full confidence, to have the full belief, trust. I trust my wife that he cannot do this. Even when you are being reported to her on your behalf, she will say, I know the man I married to. My wife, my husband cannot do this. A good husband must be trustworthy. Must be trustworthy. Number 3, qualities of a good husband. A good husband is always there for his kids, for his children. A good husband must be there for his children. Always. A good husband must not be tired to give attention to the children. No matter the kind of work or labor you labor a day. Before you come back from work, the children are already expecting you. Have time for them. Even if it's just 30 minutes, have time for them. Play with them. When your wife see you doing this, you are building the love again in her towards you. A good husband must have time for his children, for his kids, always. Another number 4 quality of a good husband is compassionate. Compassionate. A good husband must have the heart of compassion towards the wife and the children. The heart of compassion towards the wife and the children. A good husband. You must have the heart of compassion. Whenever there is an offense, always let compassion beat in your heart. Don't take it so far. Have mercy, show mercy. Even when your children offend you, show them mercy. Correct them in love. A good husband must have compassion to the entire family, to that man God have made him to be as the head of the home. A good husband must be compassionate. A good husband must not compromise. It's one of the good qualities of a good husband. You must not compromise. Compromising as a good husband will make things to spoil and worst. A good husband must not compromise. Number 6, why the qualities of a good husband is loyalty. You must be loyal. A good husband must not be the boss in his home. A good husband must not be the boss in his home. He must be loyal so that he can be able to flow. So that his wife and the children can be able to flow with him. When a husband becomes a boss in his own home, then the homes have problems. When a husband becomes a boss in his own marriage, then the marriage will have issues. A good husband must be loyal. Be loyal so that your children can approach you and share their mind with you and share whatever experience they see in the school, whatever experience they saw in the school, whatever things your wife saw when she went to the supermarket, when she went out for work. If you want to get the heart, you must be loyal. As at the time a husband is not loyal, is not become a boss in his own home, then the children and the wife will not be free to share their experience with him. They will not be afraid of him. My husband have gone to work since morning. He will be back by 4. Between that morning and 3 p.m., your wife will be very happy. But immediately the time has come, 4 p.m. will soon come. Everything concerning her will change because you know a lion, a tiger is coming to the house by 4 p.m. There's going to be war. There's going to be fire. Everything is going to be war. No calmness. So a good husband must be loyal. He must be loyal. Being loyal does not mean you are foolish. You must be loyal. Being loyal does not mean when you see something is going wrong, you can't correct it. Being loyal does not mean you will not discipline anyone that is wrong. Because God in his word says, he disciplines the children that he loves. Another point is, a good husband must be honest. How honest are you? A good husband must be honest. How honest are you, man? How honest are you, man? What level of honor does your wife have for you? A good husband must be honest, must not lie, must not deceive. Say it the way it is. A good husband, whenever he offends or he did something wrong to his wife, say the truth. Be honest with her because she is the closer person to you. You are him and she is you. Say it to her. It is better you say it the way it is and you say, sorry, my dear, I am sorry, than for you to lie and tomorrow the truth will come out. The honest will not be there. Your wife will not trust you. The honest, the confidence will not be there to trust you. Are we together? A good husband must be honest. And as good husband, lastly, a good husband must be dependable. Let your wife depend on you. Yes, I know my husband cannot do this. I depend on my husband because I know He is a trustful somebody. I depend on my husband because I know everything he does, he tells me all. Must be dependable. Is your wife depending on you as a good man, as a truthful man? Is your wife depending on you as a trustworthy husband, as a compassionate husband? Is your wife missing you whenever you leave for work? Or she's saying, if this mark don't come now, voila, don't start, happiness not there. If you are that type, you are not a good husband to your wife. Have a change of heart. A good husband must be honest. These are the qualities of a good husband. Don't forget I say number 1, passionate. Number 2, trustworthy. Number 3, a good husband must have attention, must have time for his children, for his wife. Attention. They need it. Women need attention. Children need your attention. Number 3, a good husband must be compassionate. Number 4, a good husband must not compromise. A good husband must be loyal and honest, dependable. These are the qualities of a good husband. Husbands, this message is for you. If all these things are not in you, find solution to it. Find solution to it. You are the head. God has made you the head. Does not mean you don't have responsibilities. A good husband must carry out his responsibility. Husband is a responsibility, is a position that no one contests with because God has ordained a man to be that. Also remember, for you as a man to bear that name, husband, is a responsibility. Responsibility in everything, in food, in everything in at home that your family will need. Is your responsibility to do that. Is your duty. And a good husband must be a father to the wife, a father to his children, a father to his wife. A good husband must be a friend to his wife. Aside she is your wife, you must make her your friend. Because there are some issues that will come that you cannot attend to, that you cannot solve as a husband. Then you go to her as a friend. You solve the matter as a friend. There are some issues you cannot handle as a friend. Then you go to your wife as a father. Is your wife seeing you as a father, husbands? Are you taking your wife as a father? As your daughter? As your friend? As your best friend? A good husband must do everything to put food on the table. That also commands respect from women, from wives to husbands. Even when you don't have much, the little you have, let her know you have, you cares. You care about her, you care about your children, you care about your home. These are the qualities of a good husband. Husband is not format, is a responsibility. Husband is not format. Husband must do something. Husband must be up and doing. Husbands must love their wives. It's a command, not a choice, not your choice you made. It's a command. Husbands, love your wives. Honor her. It's your responsibility to honor your wife. It's your responsibility to love her. Not a choice. It's a command from God that made you. It's a command. When you love her, you will see the best in her. When you love her, you see the best in that wife. But when you are too harsh on her, the best will be hidden. When you have time for her, you have attention for her, you are always there for her, you see the best in a woman. But when you are harsh, always acting as a rebellious husband, you see the worst in every woman. See the worst in every wives. We are still going to talk about, I still have more to say to husbands. A good husband, they are real men. They are real men, not boys. Real men, not boys. A good husband must keep everything that transpires in his home to himself, not to outsiders to begin to judge his own wife. Not a friend outside. Even a single guy that have not even married, that have not even experienced what marriage is all about. A husband carried the matter of his own wife, of his own home, to a single friend. What did you expect the friend to say? A good husband must keep everything that transpires in his home to himself. You solve it between you and your wife, not your friends outside. Yes. Look at what this man is saying. You don't know how my wife is. You don't know how wicked my wife is. Yes, I don't know. I don't know how wicked your wife is. Remember, at the beginning, before you get married to her, she was not wicked. She was not rude and stubborn the way it is now. Something happened that makes her to be wicked, stubborn, and rude to you. Trace it back. Retrace your step and get where you get it wrong and correct it. Trace it back. Where you get it wrong, you correct it. Where you get it wrong, you correct it. Something wrong. Something went wrong that make your wife, that doesn't look at your face, that respect you, that honor you as a husband. These days, she's no longer giving you that respect and honor. Something went wrong. Correct it. A good husband must not be proud to the wife. He must let allow pride to die. Must be humble. That does not mean you are foolish. These and more are the qualities of a good husband. I have a question before I round up. Are you a good husband? Are you ready to have made your home that is collapsing with all these good qualities? If you don't have all these things in you, I respect you because you are the head, you are the man, because God ordained it. It is a position God ordained. I rejoice with you. The same God who ordained it also say, husbands, love your wife. Remember when you were getting married to her in the altar, you said, for better, for worse. You cannot expect everything to just be better. At times, challenges comes. When your wife was sick, you respect her. Were you there for her? For better, for worse. You can still correct whatever that is wrong in the life of your wives. Husbands, arise and stand on your position. Walk on your position. Stop acting as a boss in your home. It destroys marriages. Act as a father, as a good friend, a best friend, and as a husband, a sister to your wife. All this will make the issue you cannot handle as a husband go through fathership to your wife. The one you cannot handle as a wife, the one you cannot handle as a father, go through friend. The one you cannot handle as a friend, go through a sister. At the end, you see everything will work in place. Husbands, love your wife so that your prayers will not be hindered. As you make a U-turn today to begin to love your wife, you will begin to see the best in her. Take your eyes away from what you are seeing in other women outside. Your wife has the best than the one you are seeing with other women outside. May God give you understanding, man. As I said earlier, in episode 2, I'm going to be talking about women, wives. I'm going to be talking about wives, your duty, your responsibility to your husband. This episode 1, these are for husbands. More will be coming from this episode. May the Lord give you grace to practice this and stand as a man, as a real man to your wife and to your husband, to your wives and your children. Practice the life of honesty, trustworthy, loyalty, passionate and dependable. Respect, honor your wife. Stop calling her names. Honor your wife. When you honor, you see the best in her. God bless you. In Jesus' name. My beloved brothers and sisters, as I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, God Standing Man, Transformation TV. We are always here to transform life, to bring light into things that are going down, into things that are going there, to give life and light into them. Share, you like, press the notification bell. As you do, God will continue to bless you. You are blessed. See you one more time again on another episode 2 of this world.